name is Dan Rigo.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
How many years have you been working on this?
We're starting 22 years. I think that policing is changing. We used to get very little to no training, but I think that the tide's turning the other way. Yeah, we get a significant amount these days, yeah. Probably just dealing with like intoxicated individuals. They're always a little bit of a challenge.
Try to divide them. While I'm at work, I'm a police officer, and when I go home, I'm just a regular. I just do my thing. I go to the gym and I go shopping, and yeah, I have a regular life. So I try. If you're a police officer 24/7, there's a lot of pressure, and I try to be a real person. You know, the thing is, the job is my job, and my life is something totally different.
Some overuse their power, like I said, on social media, but it depends, I guess. Yeah, it's a more personal thing that they confiscate their power and just overuse it.
We talked about last week. Does anyone remember what we talked about last week? Raising the community last week.
We do be beats.
Very negative. Very negative. I grew up with a lot of gangs on the street, so by affiliation, a lot of people that I knew were getting into a lot of trouble, and because of that, I was always like affiliated, so I was kind of like basically, you know, associated with those people, right? And so my perception of police became very negative because they used to just harass me, basically. I mean, so, you know, basically, I felt as though police used to just basically label all youth and kind of just like say, oh, these group of people are in the gang, or you know, these group of people are smoking or doing drugs or whatever it may be. And so
Profiling based off your parents?
basically profiling. And just kind of like, you know, putting me in a category where I wasn't that person, right? But by affiliation, that's what made me. That's what put me what they believed where I was.
As a child, my mom and dad fought a lot over us and other things, whether it be money, clothes, you know, whether or not they could afford to pay the bills needed for us. Yeah, it was very depressing, and it was kind of disgusting and scary to see it all unfold right in front of my eyes. So like my safety, they were my safe haven. Whenever my mom and dad, you know, decided to ultimately get physical with each other, start throwing things, start almost knifing each other, you know, trying to stab each other or punch each other, cops had to be called, and whenever that happened, I knew I'd be safe and I knew I'd be kept from harm's way because I knew my parents weren't thinking clearly and the cops were. So whenever they carried me out of my apartment/house, I just knew I was safe. Cops aren't all that bad. Not all of them are bad, not all of them are corrupt, some of them are clearly, and that's been kind of put on social media, and it's kind of made people think that every single cop is like that, when, you know, it could really only be one single person, okay?
You know, I was able to like more humanize them. The most important thing about it is like these officers, they have kids, you know, they have a life, they have families just like we do, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's really about humanizing them and understanding each other, you know, really being empathetic of each other.
This has happened multiple times in history. Obviously, people are going to think badly over something or someone if that reason comes up, but like you never shed light on what the positive things they've done to another family or person. Like you never just, social media never shows that, news never usually shows that, and if they do, it's very small and minimal. It's just not a big
I had a ton of interaction with the police when I was a kid. You know, it was different. I think there was community policing, but they weren't as involved in the community. You didn't necessarily have them, you know, doing walking dialogues. You didn't have them at softball events. You didn't have them at cookouts or block parties and stuff like that. The only time you saw them was maybe if you were hanging around a park at nighttime, the police would come in and kind of clear you out and tell you to be on your way. But I mean, you knew your neighborhood police officer, you knew a name maybe here or there, but I don't think you knew them as intimately as maybe you do now. We don't talk to our spouses because you do it long enough, you don't want to bring that stuff home. You kind of separate your work life from your home life. But we have some great employees, I have some great friends that I've met along the way at the police department, and you just talk about it. You get out, you talk about it with your fellow officers, and that's basically how you get through the day. You rely on the men and women that work beside you. That's an awesome question. That's great. I feel that people think like, we come to work every day and we want to make an arrest, or we want to go out there and put the handcuffs on somebody. Or we want to get in not just a physical confrontation, or we want to get in a confrontation. And there is not one officer within Summerall Police Department that comes to work every day thinking that. We'd all like to come to work every day and have a very simple shift where we're towing cars, or we're answering blocked driveways, or sometimes going on unfortunate medical calls. But those are the calls that are pretty mundane, maybe called boring sometimes, but they're required of us, and those kind of get us through our day. No one comes to work every day wanting to arrest somebody, well, no. I think some people feel as though the police, are heavy-handed and they want to do this, and they're all amped up, adrenaline going, and that's not the case by any means.